let's try to do that. First thing that you can do, we have a leader page that I want you to save, download. Again, it's the same style as all of our leader. Oh man, guys, thank you for taking a picture of me right now. It just looks weird. I feel like paparazzi's happening right now. Stuff it. We will post this link in the group me as well, and then we'll talk about the group me here in a second and what that's for, all of that. Just want to make sure that everyone gets this leader page. Again, this is not 100% up to date. There's even some things in the schedule that there's actually a big line of like, okay, I need to update still a bunch more things. But this is a pretty good, it should answer a lot of questions that you might have. Want to cover, I know that we covered a lot of this stuff with parents. Just want to say two other things for leaders. We know be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, respect the people, respect the place, but also keep your lanyard with you. So every student gets a lanyard, you guys get a lanyard, and you will see in a second why lanyards are important, because like a lot of the things that we do during the weekend are inside of that lanyard. It helps us also, as there's a bunch of different campuses walking around, for us to quickly see, oh, you're not a part of our campus because your lanyard says something else. So students are gonna wanna trade lanyards. Maybe they'll just keep the same lanyard with you. And that says use rally towel responsibly. Forgot to change that. Those lights, I know that it's like exciting. We try to do that so that kids have a voice without really talking during the service. But I also know that at night that, you know, they're gonna come up to their friend and be like, gotcha, and just really be so excited to shine a light in someone's eyes. If it becomes a problem at night, feel free to collect those with the phones and then redistribute them in the morning. So instead of rally towel, flashlight, use that responsibly. Rooming, oh my goodness, I don't know if any of my slides saved. We will see. That says FH2. That is wrong. Girls are not an FH2. You are in the Ed Wing, which means that girls, you will have 3 separate rooms this year instead of 1 gigantic room. We were expecting more cheering than that, but like, yes. Because we are using everything in SE Kids, it is really, really, really important for us to make sure that that gets switched back and ready to go for Sunday morning. They are graciously allowing us to use their rooms. The reason that the boys are not in SE Kids is because we don't want boys in SE Kids destroying those, like those little basketball hoops that are in the 5th grade room, they'll be like, destroy it. So we're just gonna destroy the block. Girls, we see you as more responsible, so please respect that. Boys, we will be in the block pretty much all on the 3rd floor, also foundation room. When it comes to rooming stuff, keep them in their room. We don't want them going out in the hallways and stuff. Security will come and ask them to go back into their room. Every student is with their small group. Please don't switch that up, because if there is something that happens, that emergency phone number that we just told all of the parents, if they call us at 3 a.m. and we have to go and try to find a student, we are going to where their small group is located. That's easy for us to find. If we can't find them in that little area, then we flip on the lights and we search all the students. It's just way easier to keep. So if someone says, oh, but my buddy's over here, I really want to sleep like in that area. No, we're trying to keep it together because that really helps us, especially with security. Oh my goodness, I really don't read any of that. You already saw the theme. This is not what the shirt is, but this is what the shirt color is. I know that some of you like to pack according to shirt color, so you will be getting a shirt. It is a dark gray. Surprise on what's actually on the shirt. These are updated. Let's look at the lanyard. In the front, you have something, again, it says Blankenbaker on it, and our color is green. So again, if you are like, oh, I like to theme things, I like to get ready for the weekend, green is the color. I think specifically dark green. Elaine, can you text Laura and Julianne right now and say, is dark green our color? And see if we like confirm that up. Because for me, I'm a dude and I'm like, it's green. I don't, like, is it Hazel? No, that's a girl in 7th grade that I knew. Front, back, this says bus. Don't worry about it. We don't have buses. We're not going anywhere on buses. Ours says something a little bit different. Inside the lanyard, there's some session cards. Again, everything is super interactive, so they should have like a little pencil in there as well. But even from the stage, Brock, as he's teaching, Brock, you'll even say like, hey, draw an arrow in the compass pointing towards what your life is aiming at. And like, he will interact with this. So again, keep your lanyard with you. And you can see the things that are happening on the back. We want them to be interacting with it. Inside the lanyard, this says small group 1 and small group 2. These are just icebreaker questions. This is the very first question. This is not all of the questions for small group. This is just the first question. So let's act like we're doing this right now. Small group 1, think back to when you were 5 years old. Which location would be the worst place to get lost? Tell someone at your table right now. Is it Disney World, the county fair, water park, professional sporting event, camping in the woods, airport, or downtown New York? Good. Tell people at your table real fast. Dark green? Okay. All right. How many people said in the woods? Raise your hand. I feel like that's the answer, because everywhere else, I feel like someone else could help you or kidnap you, I guess. I mean, is that okay? Yeah. Oh, Home Alone, man, he loved New York. That was like a great place to get lost. Who said New York? Okay, so we will set this, hey, on your way to small group, we want you to think about this. This is the icebreaker question that's getting us started, but the rest of the conversation will be in the small groups. That's not completely up to date on the leader page, but it will be hopefully in the next few days, so that you guys can have time before Experience Weekend to look over it, pray over it, think about what your answers are, but just know that these are inside the lanyard. Also inside the lanyard, we just have a thing that says like first time decision. We will also have other cards that just help us gather information of who made what decision and what decision did they make. Because a student, for some, like when I was back in Florida, we had a student that the speaker said, if you want to take your first step towards Christ right now and accept him as your Lord and Savior, please stand. And the student stood up. And we're like, yeah, this is awesome, woo! And he goes, okay, this is for another group of people. Say that you've already accepted Christ and you've been like walking with him for a while, but sin has entered your life and you're like, I need to rededicate like my life right now. Please stand up. Same student stood up. And I was like, bro, that was a tough 5 minutes for you. And you're like, man, I accepted Jesus, but I've had a bad life since then. He stood up again. And then speaker says, if you want to go into full-time ministry, please stand up. And he stood up again. And in that moment, I was like, I don't think he understands why he's standing up. Like, he just saw other people stand up, and he's like, I'm going to stand up too. So we have other decision cards for us to lean in and ask the right questions. Hey, God's calling you towards something. What is he calling you towards? Like, what decision are you hoping to make? Where is God leading you in life? So you have this inside the lanyard, but we will also have another card that we will help fill out some information during our group time. Real fast, in the program, we have a few games. Please, 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 as much as you can, be involved during the weekend. Be all in. When the games are happening, just act like it's the coolest game that you have ever played. I don't care if you're like, this game has 18 things wrong with it, and I can, get in there and like, this is awesome. High five some students. And really, when worship is happening, you can have someone stay back with your group, and you can have another person go forward, go into the mosh pit. That's praise pit, that's what we call it, something like that. Like, send one leader forward and have one leader stay back with the people that don't want to do that. Be all things to all people. But during the program, during these games, if you have a student you would like to nominate, please text me right now. We can only pick like 4 students from the Blankenbaker campus to go up on stage. And if you know this will make this student's weekend. Like, this is going to be the highlight of their weekend. If they get nominated to make it on stage, that would be awesome. If you have one of those students, if you're in 7th and 8th grade, you have one of those students that have made it on stage the last few years, don't nominate the same kid, please, because, I mean, we can only pick 4. We're hoping for 400 students, so we want to share the love a little bit. At the same time, here's one other way that you can nominate people. We are like tucking stickers in certain lanyards, and that student might have a chance to win something. And so if you're like, hey, this student needs a little bit of encouragement in their life, tell us who that student is. And it's like, hey, they won't be great on stage for a game, but they could possibly win a prize and really not have to compete if they get a sticker that's randomly stuffed into their lanyard. So if you know that student, please do us a favor, help me out, text me right now and say, this student is on my mind. Let's try to do something for them. When we get into session, you'll kind of see this. We will have it updated. It is on the schedule. If you just follow the schedule on the leader page, it should tell you everything that you need to know. Girls, where are you going? Guys, where are you going? Don't actually save this image. This is just a template right now. But we are in one giant section, but we rotate like, hey, girls, 6th grade girls, you sit in section 1 during this session because we want people to be able to we want people to be up front and other people to be in the back. And so we rotate it. There's 3 main sessions. So we just follow that map. Does that make sense? Great. A few other things when we were talking just about the time at Experience Weekend. Food. We don't give food for people that are coming to Experience Weekend. We do to leaders, though. Students, we don't give food. Leaders, yes. Caveat. Here's the food that's provided. 2 slices of pizza, a bag of chips, and a drink. That's what we can provide for all of the leaders and your family that's attending Experience Weekend. So, Jen Martin over here, you have Zach. Zach is coming with you. He also gets 2 pieces of pizza, a bag of chips, and a drink. If you have younger siblings, we try to take, where's the Clark family? Like, okay, so we have 38 people coming from your family. And we are providing 76 pieces of pizza, 38 bags of chips, and 38 drinks for your family. Okay, does that make sense? So we tried to take into account the people that are registered to serve and their family that is registered to attend. So if you're just like, hey, this is free dinner, my husband, he's not serving, but he's just coming along, no pizza for him. Okay? So that is at 5 o'clock. We want you to arrive at around 5:15. That's on the schedule. You'll get that. Food is provided for you. Another little shift, and we'll get into this here in just a second. Yeah, I'll pause on that thought. When we say sleep, note on this. There are some people that at 10:30 it says lights out, and you're like, it says lights out at 10:30. Let's go to bed. Some of these students, actually, I'm going to tell you a quick story. There is a student who is, he's at another campus. He's been going through a lot recently. Lots of depression. He's actually like in a hospital because of his depression right now. And one of our other student pastors was just visiting with him, and he said, hey, what's one thing in your life that you're just excited for? And he said, Experience Weekend. Students are pumped to come to Experience Weekend. They are ready to bring their friend in. So at 10:30, when we say lights out, if there's a moment that you can just go and dunk a basketball on their head and like do this whole thing to them or whatever, go and do that. Like, have fun, laugh with them, hang out with them. If there's, some, I don't know what girls do. I always use guy examples, but if girls are braiding hair, what? Really? Like, that's yeah. If you're braiding hair, yeah, if you're doing that, and it's 10:30, finish the braid. That's all I'm saying. Like, man, make Experience Weekend awesome. Braid that hair. We will come around. Team leaders and staff will walk around and we'll say, hey guys, it's time. It's time for us to start going to bed. okay? So we say lights out because it needs to be on a schedule somewhere, but just know, like, embrace the weekend. Live it up, have a lot of fun, and make some memories with these students. Session, same thing as I was just saying, be all in during the session. The worst thing that you can do is say, hey guys, don't be on your phones, and then you're constantly on your phone. One of the other really bad things that you can do is, like, you two, if you guys are both leading the same group, to sit right beside each other. We are in a big space, lots of moving parts, lots of moving things. Spread out. Say to your co-leader right now, I love you, but I'm going to be allergic to you during experience weekend because I want to be hanging out with the students. And so you can do this, like lock eyes from across the room and like, got you, bro. Yeah, this is all, yeah, like I got you, okay? And then dismissal, 5:30 p.m. We want to try to get everyone out of here. This is really important for you to leverage from 5:30 to 6 p.m. We say to parents, come at 5:30. If you can just gather any strength that you have, and when your body is ready to just collapse and take a nap and be done, wake it back up at 5:30, because this might be your only opportunity to meet with an unconnected family that's walking in for the first time. And we're trying to do something special with unconnected families by giving them like bags that have, hey, we are so happy that you came to Southeast for the first time, and the person that they might be interacting with, the only person that they might be interacting with, yeah, pressure's on, is you. So from 5:30 to 6 o'clock, you are intentional about the student that's in front of you. You are looking for the unconnected student whose parents are coming to pick them up. You are reaching a hand out saying, I am so excited to meet you. Like, this guy, this girl, man, they made the weekend awesome. We would love to have you back. If you have any questions, man, take your phone number and slide it in there. Do something where you can just make that connection. If you have any questions about anything Southeast, I would love to talk to you. And just be 100% on from 5:30 to 6. Don't look at your watch and say, 5:30, we said dismissal, let's get out of here. This is an opportunity to meet with people that may only ever come to Southeast one time. Make sense? Pressure's on? Great. Real fast, the how, we kind of looked at all of this. Guy leaders, if you could park by sports and fitness, towards the back of the parking lot, walk further in, that would be awesome, because again, we have a lot of people that are coming in to park fast, walk into the block, and then leave. So if you could walk, or if you could park, when I say in the back, I mean like this row back here, and then even like this area. If someone wants to park even right there and walk all the way, awesome. Do that. Make space for the people that are coming in for the very first time. Ladies, we told all ladies to park in lot D, but you guys can even park one parking lot over. It's just another little small one right there. I think that's like lot C. C. That's me saying in Spanish. Yes, C. So please park there. But again, don't come in here. I know that it's an easy whoop right there. There could be a blockade right there, so you do need to kind of go around. I want to make sure that you just don't get stuck and caught in some traffic somewhere. Man, I don't know what happened to half my slides. Enter into entrance 3. This is, yeah. I just said all this. Arrive at 5:15. Know that this is when people are coming, so if you are a 6th grade leader, don't say, oh, I should show up at 6:20. No, pizza will be gone probably by then. Also, if you're a leader, you can check in with your student. And ladies, you go to where ladies check-in is. Guys, you go to where guys check-in is. We do not have a central check-in for leaders this year. You can just walk through the entire process. Now, say that you are a Travis Easterling and Elaine is sick and you have to check in Ashland somehow. And you're like, okay, wait, what do I do? I'm a guy leader. You just have to walk through that process. Or you can find another female leader and say, hey, can you help, through the check-in process? Make sense? Okay. Yes. 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 Yep. I think that whatever's easiest. So you will, we could, Yeah, we can think through that. That's a great question of, I don't know if there's another room that we can just put leader luggage in and lock it up. Here's what we want. We want to make sure that luggage is locked up. And so they're doing a lot of resets in those rooms over there. And so that people are going to be coming in cleaning. So we don't really want to leave them in that room. Over here, it's locked. People can't get to it. So yeah, it might just be that you walk back over, grab your car, pull it up, and then put your luggage in. Or you just, hey, we're getting lost in the woods. You can get lost at Southeast and just bring your bags everywhere and just embrace the theme the whole time. Really good question, though. As we're talking through check-in, make sure that you drop off meds. You can't have them on you, again, because students can get into any bags if they really want to. So all meds have to be checked in. So make sure that you go through that process as well. Once check-in happens, once they drop off the meds, they will come to you. Plan something for when they are coming at 6 o'clock until 6:45-ish. We will have a big team rally, a big block rally, big Blankenbaker rally right in here. But for that little bit of time, you have new kids that are coming. There are icebreaker questions that you guys can ask. Those are on the parent or on the leader page. And if you have other games where it's just the game can grow, Ninja is a really good one. Anyone at any moment can just jump to the circle and do Ninja. So plan something for that. We already talked through all the meds. Again, just make sure that you have that checked in. Pick up, be intentional, talk through that. Decisions and baptisms. Yep. Okay. Do all people need to register meds? Oh. Okay. So you don't need to keep it. Please don't keep it with you. Turn it in. But if you're under the age of 18, you must register your meds. Crystal clear? Makes sense? When we're talking decisions and baptisms, again, please remember parent permission is a must. Do not promise anything to a kid where they're like, I'm going to get baptized, and it's like, we'll do that tomorrow, yeah! Because there could be parents that are like, no, that's not happening. It's a must that we have to get parent permission. We'll walk through that with you as the weekend gets closer. We'll say, hey, if there are baptism conversations, read this, follow this. In the little leader page, just like always, if you're a part of the leader dashboard, there's a big old section that says, baptisms? What should we do with this? There's the 33 Things booklet that you can walk through. There's the bridge illustration that you can walk through. There's a bunch of information on there. But please join the baptism conversations on February 25th. If you can set that time aside, that would be awesome, because we want parents to see, oh wow, this leader not only gave up the weekend, but they're here with us talking about baptisms as well. How to be an MVP leader. Do for the one what you would like to do for all of them. You won't be able to, if you have 18 kids in your group, if you have 8 kids in your group, you won't be able to love individually on every single one of them, but you can with one student for sure. We have 80-something leaders. If 80-something students are getting a very intentional, man, I see you, that'd be awesome. So do for the one what you would like to do for everyone. And again, let's be reminded by Mark 10:41. Even the Son of Man, who could have been served, he had the right to be served. I'm king, I'm the ruler of the world. But even him did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And so we are asking that at Experience Weekend, that you serve these students, that you are selfless, that you stand and you say, you know what, I don't want to go down to the praise pit, but because you want to go, I want to go. You don't need to tell them, I don't want to go down to the praise pit. You can just have that internal dialogue, and then you go down there with them. Group me, if you are not on the group me, you should be. But if you are not,